Sam, have you ever received an award in your entire life?
And now the award for most improved odor.
Yes, I no, actually, no, I was going to say something I shouldn't.
What are you going to say? Tell us. Tell us. Tell us. Tell us. Tell us.
No, it was...
World's smallest penis. That's right.
Tell me it's not true. It's true.
So, what happens every year is that they have the Video Game Awards. Now, this is a pretty good... Do you know about this at all? Have you ever heard of the Video Game Awards?
Yes, I have.
A number of years ago, there used to be the Spike TV Video Game Awards, and they were the biggest fucking joke you've ever seen in your life. One time, one of the hosts just got really drunk and just didn't give a fuck, and he was the most patronizing asshole ever. It was like legendarily bad how badly he hosted this event.
I thought you said he froze on stage like good old
Jesse
Willens.
He was just like looking at people, just like.
Really?
I don't give a fuck what you're saying right now. I'm smashed.
I'm gonna move around as much as the cameraman does. Here's something that hasn't been said before, or said since. Never mind. I'm not gonna even try it. It's like I'm more drunk than I already am.
This guy sucks.
So there's a guy named Jeff Keighley who looked at that and he's like, look, stuff that, man. The video game industry deserves better. So he set up a really good, really professional video games award night. It's basically like the Oscars of video game awards, right? And he set that up, and it's tremendous now. It's super professional. They have anyone who's anyone in the industry is there. So
we'll be there.
We'll be there
for
sure. You know, front row, like sitting next to Oprah. But it's a cool event, and they always preview new game trailers as well. Like, you know, the first time we saw Mass Effect Andromeda, I think, was actually at the Game Awards. So that ended up really well as well. So
that was another good game.
It was a very good game in the end.
Great game.
Hold on.
But the awards itself are awesome, and they're a great initiative, and they've just unveiled the new nominees for the year. They have all these different categories, and so I thought we'd talk through them quickly and see what we thought about the different nominees. So let's start with the big one first. We'll knock it over. Game of the Year, 2017. So Sam, if I was to ask you what you think the Game of the Year is, what would you say?
Oh, God, it has to be Destiny 2. It just has to be.
100%.
It's just a milestone in every way.
Well, you will be incensed to know that Destiny 2 did not make it onto the list of nominees.
What?
Shock horror, man. How could you leave it off?
It has to be Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah,
it
true,
has
actually.
to be.
That's right.
Has to be.
And I want to see the NPC get up and accept the award.
and how emotional it gets in the face.
Sorry, my face is tired.
Okay, so the nominees this year are actually Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, Persona 5, Horizon Zero Dawn, and the kicker, the one that everyone is a little bit upset about, PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Let's talk about the other ones first. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, unquestionably one of the best games ever made, no doubt about it. Maybe you don't like it, but surely you can recognize that there's something pretty special in that formula. The Mario Odyssey is now one of the highest rated games of all time. So is Zelda as well, but Mario Odyssey as well. Persona 5, incredible game, JRPG that just sort of breaks all the rules. Everyone loves it. Incredible soundtrack, art direction, just amazing.
The soundtrack alone, I mean, I've listened to that soundtrack so much. It's actually fantastic.
True story, Sam has not played the game, but he listens to the soundtrack.
I literally have.
It's a true story.
Because my brother played a lot of that game, and that soundtrack is fucking phenomenal. Soundtracks that resonate like that for me is like Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It's like 15 years old, and I still listen to that freaking soundtrack.
The comment section is going to be like, what?
Have you guys ever... No. Have you ever listened to that fantastic bebop jazz?
It is actually...
It's one of the best ever.
It is correct. It is
one of the best ever.
Bebop jazz. So Horizon Zero Dawn, amazing open world game, really defined by its awesome storytelling and its world building. Like the design of that game was just amazing, and the characters just it was just incredible. But PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. This game isn't actually technically released yet.
I know that. That's so true, actually.
It's in early access, right?
That's so true,
So there's two things that people are pretty triggered about when it comes to PUBG being a nominee, right? The first one is, A, it's not out yet, so you can't really call it, like... It's basically like giving Overwatch Game of the Year back when it was in beta, right? It's sort of like that, except this is the beta you have to pay for.
I think they want to stamp it with the beta stamp to make sure...
Early access, they call it.
Or early access, or whatever they want to call it, so they can kind of cover their tracks because how ghetto it is, and maybe they're not sure exactly how they want to release it yet. So that's why I think it's still
I get
early
it.
access.
Look, I think I'm in two minds about it. I get it, like it's not technically released, but at the same time, you can't argue with PUBG, man. It's huge. It's a phenomenon. The way that this game has taken over everything is insane. But the other thing that really triggers people about this is that this is a really, really broken video game. It is so badly optimized. It looks like arse. It crashes all the time. It's super glitchy. Like, everything about this game from a technical perspective is bad.
Same with League of Legends though, in terms of the interface, when you're logged in waiting for the game, the loading screen, all that kind of stuff was pretty ghetto.
Yeah, but no one's nominating League of Legends.
I'm saying back in the day, man. Back in the day, it was like
it wasn't being nominated for Game of the Year.
Well, it should have been. It should have been. Totally
all these Dota fans are like, they're like, ugh! The award category actually spells out the idea that it needs to be artistic and technical excellence.
Okay.
And everyone's like, well, PUBG technical
There's so many
excellence.
reasons why that's not technically excellent.
Seriously.
Let's start with the fact that when you jump over a wall, there is no animation. It's just like this weird Counter-Strike thing, you know? It's terrible. But not to mention, like, the weapons, like, it's not something, I mean, it's not something you go, wow, this is like,
true.
fantastic.
But let's be super clear, by the way, we love PUBG.
Oh, yeah.
PUBG is the best.
Yeah, we don't, all we do is
to
just say bad things about games. That's so not true.
Love
I think Wolfenstein II should have been something also.
Well, I mean, that was a phenomenal game. To be Game of the Year material. It's a great game, but as a game, it wasn't that great. It was like the narrative that really carried it. So as a video game,
well, wait a second.
I really think that all 5 of those games on that list are more deserving of Wolfenstein 2.
Well, wait a second. In terms of the mechanics of the game, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they were fine. They weren't anything special.
Okay, then the sense, if you're going to say that, then if you look at like Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time for a moment, right? I'm not saying that that wasn't mechanically a nice game, but it was the journey, it was the story, it was the sense of adventure.
Yeah.
With Wolfenstein 2, you're thrown into a world that's so realized and it hits you and it's so refreshing. For me, it definitely made a massive mark on me.
Look, I'm not saying it's a bad game, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying
Rouse wrong, everybody.
Yeah, I'm saying I think you're going to be the only person in the world that think that Wolfenstein 2 should be Game of the
No,
Year.
I think anyone that plays that game, no, not Game of the Year, but like...
It should be on the list?
Should be on the list, man.
Maybe if the list was 10 games long as nominees, I would agree.
Oh my god, maybe if it was like 150 long. No.
That's right.
No.
It's gonna be up there with like Bobble. Coming back to PUBG, I don't know, like I totally see both sides of it. I think that it earned its place because of how much of an impact it had, how much the sales, how much people play it, what it's done to Twitch. It's incredible, right? But at the same time, the fact that it's not out yet and the fact that it's still
but not out, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't
I just see the other side is all I'm saying. I'm not saying I come down on either side. I'm just saying I get it. You know what I mean? But look, the categories overall, the only one that breaks my heart that it's not on here is Nier Automata. The fact that game is not on that list is so
Is it because it's too arty and it's too nichey in terms of not everyone would have experienced that?
Yeah, probably. And the other one is Divinity Original Sin 2, by the way, which I haven't played yet. I own it. I plan to play it very soon. That is the highest rated PC game of the year.
Really?
Anyone that has played that game that I've spoken to has said, holy shit, one of the best games I've ever played. So to not see it on this list is also a disappointing admission.
Not to mention, there's another game that's going to be coming out on the 17th of November that I feel, if it came out earlier, it would have totally made this list.
We're talking about that new Star Trek game?
The one with the, the one with the Master Chef guy.
Master Chef guy,
yeah,
right, nice, fantastic. No, I think that they actually have that available in a different category, which is Best Debut Loot Box of the year.
Yes,
it also is taking out Star Wars Battlefront 2 we're talking about.
Yes.
Actually, it also is taking out Best Soundtrack for a loot box.
Yes.
And also just Best Loot Box of the year.
It also won the best game for your wife to leave you because you had to use all their money.
Spend all your money
for microtransactions.
To win it, that's right. So it's going to sweep the award category there. And maybe they just felt like they didn't want it to win too many awards and they thought they'd give it to some other ones.
Yeah, that's right.
Makes
exactly
sense.
right.